Hello and welcome to this weather update. It's around 8 o'clock, January the 12th, 2018. And if you're tired of being cold, well, today you're sweating, all right? It's very warm and it's very humid out there, but this is what we needed to get rid of the snow. And if you're tired of walking around in the snow and climbing over mounds of snow and having snow on the sidewalks and all that other stuff, then you can definitely appreciate how quick the snow is going away, and it's mostly gone. So we're just looking at a current radar image here. We've had some on and off moderate to heavy showers, nothing torrential, but the real story is these warm temperatures that are surging out ahead of this cold front here that we have. You can see the cold front is right here. You can see it's snowing. We're not going to get into any of that. But we've got these really warm temperatures that I want to show you. Okay, so here we go. We're looking at these warm temperatures, and just want to show you on the Wonder Ground site here the warm temperatures that we are experiencing here. You can see you got 50s on Long Island, but 60s going toward New Jersey, and as you can see, the warm air is just coming straight up from the south and southwest, and melting all that snow. Along the coast, though, there is a sea breeze. Yes, a sea breeze. But you can see the cold front here waiting in the wings, crossing into Pennsylvania. And as we pan out more, you'll be able to see it more here. Clearly see it more. You can see the cold air here. So look at the difference in temperatures. It's pretty amazing, actually. And I'm going to want to zoom this out a bit, but you can see we got teens over here and 60s over here. So this is a pretty sharp cold front right here in this spot right here. A pretty sharp cold front. I'm surprised that maybe there may even be a thunderstorm with it when it passes. We're gonna have to take a close look at the radar in this area and see, because this really look at this. Literally a matter of maybe 100 miles. So you got 21, and then you go 100 miles to the east, and it's 58. So it's pretty insane. Weather, that's for sure. Yeah, I want to look at the wider view. Yeah, so I just want to show you the wider view here. You can see how much colder it is over here. I mean, Chicago, they're only in the low teens, and that's the air that's coming our way. And if I zoom out a little more, I just want to show you the country as a whole here. You can see all the warm air along the East Coast, literally. It's actually, if we go, that's a little too far. It's actually warmer in New York than it is in New Orleans right now. Yeah, it's maybe 36 degrees. It looks like it's 36 degrees in New Orleans, and in New York it's 61. So yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That shows you what happens when you have a really amplified pattern. And you can see this is where the jet stream is. So to the east of the jet stream, you got this warm air surging up from the Gulf of Mexico and the tropics. I mean, somebody's probably, these are mid-60s, so somebody probably hit 70 over here in the mid-Atlantic here in the Carolinas. But you can see the cold air is coming down, and the deep trough, and you can see the cold air literally all the way up here. You got -1s over here. So now we're not going to see that, but we are going to see a significant cool down into tomorrow afternoon and especially Sunday. Okay, we're going to look at this webcam from Ridge and show you the disappearing snow, and hopefully I can show you the snow disappearing from all the warm weather. Then we can see it. That was yesterday. It was last night. This is the current one, and it looks like the snow is gone. So the snow is gone. It looks like most of the snow is gone. Just wanted to show you that most of it has gone away in literally one day, which is pretty amazing. So we're going to look at the current conditions now, some of the local observations here. Yeah, temperature 53, dew point 53, some pretty significant fog out there. Visibility is down to 0.13 of a mile. And this is because you have this really warm, humid air going over the snowpack, going over the cold ground, and literally you could see out there, you could see, in the beginning of this video, I had a short clip, you could see the fog literally coming off the ground and off the snowpack. I don't know if it came out, but you could clearly see it. So that's pretty impressive. So Farmingdale 53 and Gabreski Airport is at 54. So pretty much Long Island is in the mid-50s. Look at that dew point, 52. That's very high. It's humid out there. It actually is humid, believe it or not, which is crazy. And let's go ahead and look at Toms River here. Miller Air Park, 59. So significantly warmer in Jersey, no surprise. And the dew point up to 58. I mean, that would be considered humid. Even if it was the summer, it would be considered slightly humid. That is impressive. That is crazy. But that shows you the kind of wild weather swings we have now due to what we're doing to the climate. Or I don't remember seeing these wild weather swings when I was younger. This is rather crazy in my opinion, for sure. Especially after it being so cold and now so warm. So that's why we got the rain, we got the snow melt, and that's why we have to watch for some flooding going on. So I'm just gonna look over the what the models have for us and wrap up this video. Alright, so we're going to look at the computer models now, and this is the GFS, and you can see this low, which is going to be tracking west, west of us, which is where we're in the warm air, and this warm flow of air just coming up from the south, and you can see on the backside though there's snow, and in some parts they're getting ice. So in some areas like western Pennsylvania and parts of upstate New York, they're getting ice. And then to the west and north of that, there's snow. But we're not going to see that because as the storm pulls away, you can see the precip will cut off before the temperature drops. And then we have colder air moving in as this high pressure system moves in. Not as cold as before because the cold air is going, well, it's not a direct shot, but also it's just not as cold of an air mass. So you'll see temperatures dropping into the 20s for highs on Sunday and Monday, but not not the extreme stuff that we had, but you can see that high will give us some nice weather Sunday, and then Monday it starts moving offshore, and then we got to worry about the next system coming in here. This they have to watch this because this could wind up being a coastal low. It could be a storm. You can see here is the energy in the jet stream forming a storm right here around Wednesday. So where that storm goes is anyone's guess. Right now, as you can see, it tracks offshore, and we avoid anything. But we all know how that can change. It's still a long ways off, so I'm not going to write that storm off yet. We still need to, watch it. And then as we continue in the long pattern, you can see the low is generally tracking west of us. The next chance for snow after that would be sometime on the weekend, into next week, into Monday the 22nd. Maybe there'll be a coastal low form there along the front. Maybe we can get some snow from that. And you can see the cold air is definitely building in here. So we will see a return to colder than normal weather. Fortunately, I'm glad it got warm that I didn't melt the snow, but this is way too warm for the winter. The conditions we're experiencing. So we're just going to look at the temperature anomaly on forecast on this model. Alright, we'll start with today. Alright, so here's Friday. You can see how much warmer it is. I use this to show where the warm air is. So this is the temperature anomaly in Celsius. And you can see here how warm and how above normal it is. We're going like 12 degrees above normal here. But you see the cold air is coming in. And the core of the cold air stays to the west and north of us. But Sunday will be pretty chilly. It will be pretty chilly that day. Highs will only be 25 to 30. It will be below freezing. And that cold weather will continue into Monday. And then it moderates a little bit Tuesday, probably mid-30s. And then the next shot of cold air will come in Thursday. And then it moderates by Friday. And you can see, so we're not like we were before, like in a deep freeze. And then more warm air will come up again. And then another cold blast will come in for Monday, Tuesday, January 23rd. And then, so it looks like, we're going to see a periodic cold air masses. Nothing bone-chilling like we had. But, the potential is there, especially looking here Friday. So, I mean, we could have a day where highs struggle to reach 20, I suppose. But right now, no significant deep freeze like what we had before. But it will still be cold, and the winter's still young, and hopefully we'll get another deep freeze because that was kind of interesting, even if it was a bit uncomfortable. It was very interesting, and it had been a long time since we had one, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, but that's not the way. It's too cold, but it's wintertime. It's supposed to be that cold." When I was a kid, we'd have periods like this all the time. It's very important in winter to get those periods because of the southern pine beetles. I explained to you before that cold, for that long-term cold that lasts a week and it doesn't get above freezing. That is what you need to control these pests like the southern pine beetle. It's very important. That's what we're supposed to have in the winter. We're supposed to have periods like that. So I'm glad we did, and hopefully maybe we'll get another one, hopefully. So that's the GFS, and that's the only model we'll look at tonight. I don't want to make this too long of an update, but that is what the GFS is. And so, all right, so we'll just wrap it up looking at the dew points here on the GFS. You see how they're surging up ahead of that cold front, but look at that nice dry air is going to come on down, and we're going to get into it. So it'll be much better. But the core remains over Canada. It would be nice if this core would come on down, but that's not going to happen this time around. But maybe in the future, hopefully before the winter is over, we'll get one more of those bitterly cold outbreaks that I love so much. Sorry if you don't, but I love them. Anyway, that's it. Take it easy.